Hey, all right. I'm gonna wait. I don't know if anybody else is gonna be in here, but we're gonna go on ahead and do it. I know I'm late. I was looking for my jacket because I get cold in this little space right here in my room, this little corner. I get cold. So I hope y'all can see this. Can you let me know? Well, let me see. Hello, everybody. I don't know about no, we everybody, darn it. Yes, we are. We're everybody. Okay. Hey, sweetie. What is it? Mushrooms? That is so cute. Hey. Okay, so yeah, this setup I really don't like. I gotta try to figure out a way to do this like how I wanted to do it. But hey, it's the first, well, this is the second time really. I'm still learning how to work out everything. I am not a techie at all, but I'm learning. So, oh, it's Valentine. No, your handle, it looks like it's what does it say? Mush or mish? Is that your handle? I don't know, baby, but anyway, it is cute. Oh, as popping up as mushroom. I don't know. Oh, okay, I got you, girl. Okay. All right. Well, listen, I'm gonna start in a few minutes. Okay. I want to see if anybody else is gonna come in. If not, we're just gonna keep it rolling and they'll catch it on the other side. So, but what I want to know, I need for you to tell me if you can see this. Can you all see this? I'm gonna collapse this and make this bigger. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to see it in the chat. Give me a few minutes and I'm gonna check to see if you can see it. Because I need to know if you can see the visuals. Okay, can't read it though. Okay, let me see if I can make it bigger. What about if I do that? Can you see it now? Are you able to at least read it? Okay, you can see it, but you can't read it. Mm-mm. No, not the camera. I can't read it though. Okay, still can't read it. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can do something. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure all of this out, so y'all have patience with me. Still working on it. It's too far. Okay, let me see. It's too far. I wonder if it's the camera or what. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I do this. Let's see. If I go into settings, just do, I forgot what that control, whatever that shit is to make it bigger. But let me see. I already, oh, oh, okay. 16, 18. Let's see. Let me see if let's see if we do 20. Okay. Can you at least see it now and read it? Bring the camera closer. Okay, let me try that. But were you able to see it this way and read it? Don't start reading it now. They were small. Wasn't it small? And I made it bigger. Okay, and I'm scared to move this because I'm thinking it's gonna fall. Okay, I've rigged this up, so I'm kind of scared to make it to move it because I don't want it to fall. So I'm just gonna have to work on this. I am gonna have to work on this. Okay. Love y'all. That was funny. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so when I am going to start, I don't. Okay, I gotta figure out how to do this. I don't know. No. All right, cause see, I don't. What I'm gonna do? Let me see. Hold on. I'm here, but I don't want. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can figure this out real quick, and then if not, I'm just gonna go on. Okay. I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do this for now. Oh shit. Oh, sorry, y'all. Okay, you're gonna have to hold on a minute. Okay. Oh, I thought I had this all figured out. Okay, I'm gonna have to use this for now. Um, because I'm gonna use this for now, and then when I get ready, I'll switch it over. It's just gonna be a lot of switching back and forth. Let me see how this look. I hope y'all ain't seeing nothing I don't want y'all to see. Okay, let me collapse this. Okay, I guess it's all right. I guess. Okay, now I need to turn the light or either turn the light off because it's shining on me now. Okay. Oh my gosh, you are funny. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so I didn't want you all to see everything that I wrote down. So what I'm gonna do, I know when I'm gonna just turn the camera around and let you see what I want you to see, but then I'm gonna have to oh my gosh. You know what? I don't know. Well, we just gonna work it out. Anyway, let's go ahead and start. So I can't see you right now. You all are looking at me, but I can't see you all. Let me see if I can do this. Mm-mm. Okay. Wow, that is big. Okay, so what I wanted to talk to you all about is the 4 steps um, to healing from narcissistic abuse. I I couldn't afford. Oh, I think some of y'all know this, and I've shared this with a lot of you that I couldn't afford to go to a therapist. Now, if a therapist is your way of going and wanting to heal and everything, and you feel like you need a therapist, that is fine. Go that route. But I couldn't afford to go see a therapist. So I became my own therapist. And these four steps help me. We're just going to go over one today because a lot of them is lengthy. They're lengthy. The four steps are lengthy. And I really just want you to get a clear understanding of how this can work for you as well. Okay. So, the first step that we're going to go over today, let me just open this up. The first step, rather, that we're going to go over. Let me just say this as well. Y'all know I like saying that. That's my catchphrase. Thank you. Girl, I just threw this on, Chad, but thank you. I appreciate you. So, the first step that we're going to go over, oh, wait. What I was talking about is the Bible. I'm going to be coming from the Bible as well. In some areas, I'm going to come from the Bible, as we begin to talk, and I'm showing you things because I feel like the Bible has a lot of metaphysical principles in it. And metaphysical means beyond what we see, beyond what we can see in the physical world, right? So, and I felt that it was very important to come from the Bible, pull some things out of the Bible because of the principles that they hold. Okay, so I may go to the Bible, not may, I am going to go to the Bible. Okay. It's important to have an open mind as we explore these four steps. All right. And we're going to go ahead and look at the first step that helped me to move towards my healing journey. And that is full acceptance of the truth as it is presented to you. Okay. Um, let me get this. Let me just read the definition of the meaning of accept. And I got this from dictionary.com. And it says it is to consent to receive a thing offered, believe, and I don't like to use this word believe. I would replace that with understanding because you need understanding of what you are going through, what is happening to you. You just can't believe something blindly. You have to have understanding of what it is that you're going through. And that was important for me to understand, to get an understanding why this happened to me, how I allowed a lot of the things that he did to me, how I allowed it. I needed to understand why. So belief for me would not be good. I would replace that with understand or to recognize, right? To come to an understanding or to recognize an opinion, an explanation as valid or correct. Okay. We have the willingness to accept the information that is being given to you from within. And this is going to come from within. You're going through that currently. Which part? You're going through the accepting part or the understanding? Valentine. Okay, I'm gonna move on while she respond if he wants to respond. This healing process, you will need nothing or no one outside of yourself. Okay. This process is everything is going to come from within you. Okay. You have to know that and understand that no one is going to save you. Okay. No one is going to come and save you. You have to save yourself. All right. And that's important. Now, you'll hear me saying that a lot because it's imperative for you to understand. It's very important. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sit with yourself. Let me not move ahead of myself. Valentine asks, was it difficult to get answers without him apologizing or giving you answers? Was it difficult for me to get answers or was it difficult for me to heal? Because it wasn't difficult for me to get answers. Everything I, the answers came to me once I decided to sit still and listen from within to the truths that were coming towards me. Okay, let me just finish this because I think it'll help you to understand. Full acceptance of the truths as they are shown to you by your inner self, no matter how painful those truths are, your intuition is only designed to tell you the truth of a situation. The only thing is, we don't listen to what we are being told by that little small voice. Okay? No, no problem. For me, I had to accept what I was experiencing with this narcissistic individual is a spiritual journey. And I always say that to you too. Sometimes I'll say that when I'm doing a reading, is that this is a spiritual journey for you, but it's dressed up as a relationship, because this person is most of the time, there are catalysts for us to go inward. Okay, there's nothing outside of ourselves that we need. Everything is inward. And for me, he was the catalyst for me to heal. He was the catalyst that made me turn inward and look at myself. Okay, to show me things about myself, my past, the pain that I was holding on to from my past that I needed to confront and acknowledge in order for me to heal. Acceptance is necessary for your healing process. Okay. You have to accept it. For me, that had to be the first step. And here I got this from AmericanAddictionCenters.com. And it says, practicing acceptance. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. It says practicing acceptance makes it possible for you to see valuable lessons, life lessons, in every situation, in every experience, even the ones that are painful, because more often than not, we experience the most growth when we endure difficult situations and come out stronger on the other side. And that is so true because when I went through what I went through with this person, sometimes I felt like I was just going to, I felt like I was going to die sometimes because the pain was just, it was unbearable. And it's like, why would I want to put myself through this type of pain? But it was better for me to go through the pain of healing and moving towards healing than to go through the pain of what he was putting me through, mistreating me, abusing me. Okay. So I just decided that it was time for me to heal. And I had to accept that. Let me move on. Let me wait because I think I'm moving ahead of myself. And I got this from Wikipedia when it says about acceptance. I need for you to, I believe the reason why I need for you to understand why acceptance is so important, and that is the number one thing, because you cannot heal that which you are not willing to acknowledge. Okay. You're not going to be able to heal and move forward in your on your journey if you're not willing to acknowledge certain aspects or part of this journey. A lot of it is ugly, it is nasty, it is painful, it is sometimes I felt like I wanted to just check out of this life, period. Because I couldn't understand why this person who claimed that they love me so much and that I love and it had invested in so much, why were they causing me so much pain? Right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And that's what happened. That's what happened because I did not want to go through the pain. I ended up hurting myself even more. I gave myself, it was the opposite. I gave myself more pain by not letting go. So it is important. Yeah, you do. The longer you avoid letting go, the longer you'll be subjected to pain and healing later on. Yeah. When you when you could have started now, that's very true. It is. It's very true. Okay, so where I got this from, acceptance with Wikipedia, it says, what is the purpose of acceptance? And this came from the humanpsychology.com. A person's assent, the expression of approval or agreement to the reality of a situation, recognizing a process or condition, often a negative or uncomfortable situation, without attempting to change it or protest it. Okay, without attempting to change it or protest it. Acceptance, right? Accept what is coming to you without changing it, without trying to buck and fight against it. But as it comes to you from within, because that's where it's going to come from, all those truths of things you need to accept. Like one of the things I needed to accept that came up to me when I sat with myself, and this is what I did. I sat with myself, I was by myself, because even though I healed while he was there, for 2 years. I healed, not 2 years. It was almost a year because it's 2 years now that I've been out and still on my healing journey now. But he was gone all of the time. And most of the time, I was glad that he was gone because it gave me the opportunity to be free. And then that way I could heal. So I was glad and I could do my healing work that I needed to do for myself. So I was glad that he was gone the majority of the time. So, and I never said anything to him. I just let him go because I knew what my intentions were for me. So I would sit still with myself and I would meditate. Meditation was a very big key for me. Okay. Mindful meditation on what it is that I want to um, manifest. And it was healing me mentally and emotionally, right? So I would sit still and just be with myself. And as you allow yourself, calm yourself down and don't be thinking about, don't have your mind on them. Release your mind from thinking about them and what they did and how they did it. So what I did, I just sat with myself. And after a while, these things began to come up to me, what I needed to accept in order to let this person go, in order and move on towards my healing journey. And one of the things I needed to accept was that the person that I met in the beginning, that was a representative. That was someone I did not know. That was someone who never existed. Okay, I had to accept that this person who was so charming, who was so attentive and always wanting to be around me and paying me attention and doing things for me, buying me things. Do you know, this person never existed. And that was one of the reasons, that was a hard reason for me to let go of, because I'm thinking about in the beginning how this person was, and I want that beginning stage back. I wanted that beginning stage back. So I had to accept, and that was hard for me to accept, that this person never existed. So that means that that person never existed. What does that mean? That means that person, that this dude who I see now, who's full of crap, he manipulated the crap out of me. He used me. I had to accept that he used me. He was using me. Hmm. It was a facade for a motive, which is the hardest to accept. And yes, I have to agree with you on that one, Valentine. Yes, it is. It's hard to accept that you have been duped, you've been fooled. You poured all of your energy, your effort, your love, you gave to a facade. That's some painful stuff. That really is painful. But I had to accept that in order for me to move on. And there were other things that I needed to accept. What you need to accept is going to be different from what I needed to accept for myself. But the main thing is acceptance. When it comes up to you, accept what it is. Don't try to fight it off and say that no, that it's not. Because remember what it says here about acceptance. It says to accept a negative or something that is uncomfortable, an uncomfortable situation, without attempting to change, without attempting to change it or protest it. Okay, just accept that is what it is, because it's coming from you, it's coming from within. So it's telling you the truth of the situation. It's just up to you to accept it. Okay, so that you can move on your healing journey. Healing from this type of abuse is not for the weak, and it definitely is not. And I think I said this here before, it's not for the weak. You cannot be weak, um, and your intention is to heal. Okay, you have to move towards your healing journey with intention. The intention of healing yourself at all costs. Whatever I had to go through or to endure to let it go, I was willing to do it. Whatever I needed to do. And that is, you have to accept that whatever it is that you need to do, you set your intentions on healing, and whatever it is that you have to go through to get through to your healing journey, that's what you're going to have to do. Whatever it is, however much pain you have to go through, however the bad experiences you bring up, so that you can view them and go over them and ask yourself why and how and what you could have did differently. As these things come up, it was so many nights I cried as things were coming up to me, because I realized a lot of the things I allowed him to do to me. And then it's like, how could you allow him, after you knew what he was doing to you, you still allowed him to continue to hurt you? So I had to do a lot of, I had to forgive myself for a lot of the things that I did. And I didn't think I really forgave myself. I would say that I forgive you. I would look in the mirror and confess that I forgive you. I forgive you. I would say that to myself. I forgive you. And I would look in the mirror and do my energy work. But I don't think I really forgave myself until a year later. I really released and let go of the things that I allowed myself, because it was like, for me, it was like, how can you say that you love yourself? You really honestly did not love yourself. And I had to be honest with myself with that I didn't love myself. I loved him more than I loved me, because I allowed him, after I knew what he was doing, I still allowed him to just do whatever and just continue to hurt me and do things to hurt me. I brought a lot of pain on myself. So I had to do a lot of forgiving of myself. And I don't, like I said, I don't think I really forgave myself until a year later. And now I completely forgive myself for allowing him to use me. I helped him to use me. Okay. Um, Let me see. That's one of the reasons why I call this a journey. It is a journey. It's not a sprint, because it's going to be, there's no time frame. There's no time frame for your individual healing process. Okay. Um, like I said, I'm still healing. I'm 2 years in. I'm still healing. But the one thing that I'm the thing that I'm healing from now, and that resurfaces every now and again, is the darn it, I lost my train of thought, y'all. It'll come back. Um, because I'm trying to think of the name of it. There's a name for it. Yeah, I remember now. Trauma bonding. I'm trauma bonded. I was with this person for 7 years. May as well call it 8. I was with them for 7 years. So there was a lot. The only time I could ever remember actually being happy was in the first 6 months. Isn't that sad? I put myself through all of that for all those years. And the only time, like I said, the only time where I can really say that I was happy was when I was being fed the illusion, the lies, when he was deceiving me. That was the only time I was happy. After that, it was all hell then. But they get you. That's how they get you. And then you're bonded to them. It's like they cast a spell on you. Okay. And in which that's what it is. They cast a spell on you. And it's hard for you to move. And one of the other weapons, and I'm going to say that it is a weapon that they use, these toxic narcissistic individuals will use to pull you in and keep you in these repetitive cycles, is sex. They use their lower extremities as a weapon against you. And that's what they do, because they know that they don't have anything else. And how can they get from you if they got to have you mesmerized? And that's just what I felt like. I felt like my head was in a cloud, like I had fish scales over my eyes. I could see, I know I couldn't see what he was doing. I could not see. And it's so sad, because a couple of years later, after I was in it and everything, a friend of mine said to me, she said, "You can't tell that this dude is using you." She finally came out and said something, because of how many times I would leave and then come back and leave and come back. And she said, you can't tell that this person is using you." And I was like, no, I really couldn't. I was blind. I was blind. I really was. Hmm. Okay. Anyway. Woo. Before you can properly address the problem, okay, this is where I got, where did I get this from? This is something, let me see. Yeah, I got this from, this is human psychology as well, humanpsychology.com. And it says before you can properly address a problem, you first need to accept that the problem exists. And we talked about that. This is true for all aspects of life, but in my experience, particularly true for addressing the impact of past trauma and dealing with mental affliction. Past trauma is going to be very important. You have to accept that you are being abused. And that was hard for me to accept. That was hard for me to accept that this person was abusing me. Okay. But past trauma from when you were a child, these things are going to come up as you begin to accept. Believe me, they will. On your journey, on your healing journey, if you have set the intention that you are going to heal, no matter how painful, no matter whatever comes up, I'm going to deal with it because I am going to heal. Past life trauma from your childhood is going to come up. Things from your childhood is going to come up because that's what happened to me. And it is going to happen once you accept that things are without fighting it. Don't fight it when it comes up. Because, like I said, your intuition, your inner self is only designed to give you the truth of a situation. It's just sometimes we don't want to accept it because it's painful a lot of the times and we don't want to accept. Okay. So for me, what I needed to do, I had to accept that he wasn't the first narcissistic person that I had dealt with. I just didn't know anything about narcissism when I met the other two. I had two before them, males. I had two before him. So he was the third and he was the last, believe that. He was the last. Okay. But also, I had to accept, and this was painful for me to accept, that my mother was narcissistic. I had a narcissistic mother, and I had a narcissistic sister. My mother was hard to accept. I came to the understanding that it's not written anywhere that I'm going to say my parents, that my parents were supposed to love me or to love a child. It's nowhere written that your parents are supposed to love you. I had to come to that understanding because my mother never told me that she loved me. My father was not around when my mom divorced him. He divorced me as his child. So, excuse me, I didn't have my father around, and my mother, she didn't. I never heard my mom say, I love you. I never heard her say that. All I heard her say that you can't have nothing with children. That's what I heard her say. I heard her say that a lot. She said that a lot. Oh gosh. But I had to accept that my mother was narcissistic. I understand why my mother is narcissistic. I understand that now. When I was a child, I didn't know anything about narcissism, and the way that she was treating me never showed me love or anything like that. It was because my mother lost her mother when she was 7. So she never had that nurturing, loving, um, protective, caring love of a mother. She didn't know how to be a mother. So my mom's narcissistic traits or the traits that she had, it wasn't malicious. She just didn't know. She just did the best with what she had, you know. My sister, on the other hand, let me say this. One of the things my mother did was she would pit me and my older sister against each other to see which one can show the most love to her. So I was trying to show my mother love by buying her things, going out with her, doing things, in which I love doing those things anyway. But it was a competition. She pit me and my older sister against each other. We always would try to buy the best thing from mom so that would show her that we love her, and she would try to outdo me. I would buy this and she would try to outdo me with that, and my mom loved it because she was getting attention, she was getting that love, she was getting you know um the care that she never got. She loved the attention and she loved pitting us against each other. Now I don't know if I really feel she didn't know that she was doing this. So that's why it was easy for me to forgive her, because she didn't know what she was doing. She didn't know. But it caused me and my sister, my older sister, she is also, she's a covert narcissist. My mother was no, my sister is a overt narcissist. My mother is a covert narcissist. She didn't know. She didn't know what she was doing, but my sister is overt. She's just out there. You know right away that this is a demonic presence. That girl tortured me. And the reason why I understand now why she tortured me, because she saw the light that was in me. I didn't see it. I couldn't recognize it, but she saw it. That demonic presence in her saw the light that was in me that was going to grow, and they wanted to snuff it out. They didn't want it to come to be the flame that it's becoming now. So she did a lot of terrible things to me, and she knew what she was doing. She knew and she loved it. My sister did. And it took me a long time to forgive her. I forgive her, but I don't ever want to see her ever again in my life. And I don't talk to her at all. She's nowhere in my life right now. I don't know where she is. I don't know what she's doing, and I don't care. I do not care. I don't want her in my life, and I won't deal with hers. She is a complete narcissist, an overt narcissist at that. Okay, I am really just sharing a lot here. What kind of narcissist? There are some that know that they are narcissistic. Oh yeah, Valentine, there are. The ones who does things intentionally to harm you. No. Mm-mm. Now, they will never admit it. Do some of them know that they're hurting you and they're doing it on purpose? Yes. A lot of them don't know that they are, though. A lot of them don't know. But I'm going to give you an example of some who know that they are. There's some on YouTube now that, I mean, they have a huge following. I'm not going to mention any names on here, but they know they're narcissists. They are aware that they're toxic individuals. And these people, they don't change. They've just learned to get all the attention and to, get the narcissistic supply from their subscribers. But they know they're narcissists. Hmm. Valentine says, my ex will harm me and tell me he didn't care with a smile on his face. I was wondering what kind of narcissists are self aware. Some of them are aware, and he sounds like he may very well be aware. They may not know the name or either call themselves narcissists, but they know that something is not right with them. Some of them don't care. Just like my ex, the person that I was dealing with, I don't like calling him my ex, but he knew something wasn't right with him in the head. He knew that. He would say that to me, that something's not right. Sometimes he can't connect certain things and can't understand certain things. He knew something was wrong, something wasn't right up there for him. But did he know anything about narcissists? No. Though that it had a name, what it really is, and it is called a demon, what we know as a demonic energy, low vibrating energy, that they have accepted because of the trauma that they have gone through. They have not healed yet and confronted that trauma. A lot of them, it's parental issues. Their parents did not show them enough love and nurture or caring. Most of the time it's a mother with a son. Okay, let me see. Let me move on here. Okay, with the past trauma, hmm, this is one of the reasons why it was so easy for this person or the three narcissistic people that I had in my life to that were romantic to come in. It's because of susceptibility. I was susceptible to it. I was and susceptible, and I got the definition for this from dictionary.com, and it says likely or liable to be influenced or harmed by a particular thing. And the synonyms for that is receptive, vulnerable, that cold air is going down my throat and it's causing me to cough. But the synonyms for that is vulnerable and receptive and prone. And it's because of the trauma that we have gone through as a child. It left us vulnerable to narcissists. They're drawn to that. It's almost like they can smell it. They can smell your vulnerabilities, you know. Uh, the other thing that was needed for me to accept as it came up is like I was saying about the abuse, that he would abuse me, that I was being abused. I didn't want to accept that what was going on with me was abuse. Like, for instance, he would force me to have intercourse with him, right? If I say no, then he will force me. That was abuse. And it took me a long time to accept that. It took me a few months to accept that what he was doing was abusive. Oh, thank you. But you know what? I'm so much stronger now. But thank you so much. But it took me a long time. Him forcing himself on me and having me question my sanity was another thing. Um, like if I said something, if I told him a truth of what happened or my experience or how I felt, because I'm very intuitive, and I would see things, I would dream dreams, and I would tell him what he's doing. I wouldn't ask him, I would tell him because I knew it had to be true if it came to me. And he would say, "You're crazy." But then the very same thing that I'm telling him about a few weeks or months later, it actually is. But he calls me crazy. So he had me question my sanity a lot of the times as well. Um, and then the other times I was gaslighting myself. I was trying to convince myself that what I was experiencing wasn't abuse. I was gaslighting myself, and we can do that. We can do that. We can gaslight ourselves. It took me a while to accept that I was being abused, and it traumatized me. That I was traumatized by this whole thing, this experience that I went through. I had to accept that there was no amount of love, there was no amount of loyalty I could provide, there was no amount of devotion that will ever be enough for this low vibrating energy. Okay? This person, this entity wanted to destroy me. And that's what they want to do. They want to destroy. And I'm going to go to the Bible with this. And I think a lot of you may know where I'm coming from because this one is a well known scripture here. And I think that we all can relate when it comes to the Bible because it has touched a lot of our lives. And see, Valentine put in there Romans 12 and 19. So it has touched a lot of our lives, and that's where we can connect with one another is through um, the Bible. But I am going to be coming from a metaphysical standpoint of what you cannot see. Okay. And in John 10:10, it says, I'm going to work on turning the camera around because I want to learn how to do that because I would really like to just show you the scripture that I got from um, Gateway. But I took it from John 10:10, and it says, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. And that is exactly what these demons are. You've been seeing 1010 everywhere. I have been seeing it too a lot. Last month, I've been seeing a lot. Now, this time it's 1111 all the time and 222. Mm-hmm. But that's what this is. The thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and to destroy. And that's exactly what they want to do. They're looking to destroy us because of the light that is in us. And we need to wake up and understand we are not dealing with humans. This is a skin suit that we have on. This is spiritual warfare that we're dealing with. They want to distinguish that light, to extinguish that light that is within us. And we have to be very careful of that light, how we and who we have around us. Energy is energy, remember. You cannot destroy it, it only transforms. Okay? You cannot destroy energy, but you can destroy this body. This body can be destroyed. And that's what they want to do. They want to steal the light, the joy, the happiness that is within us. These are thieves. Okay? The definition of a thief. Look at this. Check this out and tell me if this is not a narcissistic individual here. It says thief, and this comes from dictionary.com as well. A person who steals another person's property. What would be your property? What is it that they want from you? It's that, especially by stealth and without using force. Force. Mm. Going back to, let me see, going back to the word thief, because there was another definition here that I wanted to read. Hmm. Some of the synonyms for thief is a robber, a criminal, a villain. What is that? A bandit. Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't see it now. Okay. But that is what they want to do, though. They want to destroy us. Now, let me see. One of the last things that I did, and I'm going to share this with you, is one of the last things that I had to accept. Let me just say this. When it comes to reflecting, let me see. To let you know, rather, is that ruminating and reflection is two different things. These narcissists are bandits. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes, I can agree with you on that one. They are. And energy never lies. And you're right. They are, that is a good name for them. That's kind of like why I laugh because they are bandits. They are bandits. All they do is steal. They just steal and take. They're takers. Oh my goodness. I love that. Okay, understanding that ruminating is not good. There's two. What is rumination? Okay, first rumination, because I did a lot of this. I did a lot of ruminating in the beginning of my healing journey, and it wasn't good for me. And then I realized I'm like, no, you got to stop this. I would Let me give you the definition of rumination. Now, this came from dictionary.com as well, and it's rumination. Rumination is defined as excessive, repetitive, listen, thinking about the same event. Okay? That is ruminating. Okay, and I did that a lot. And why is this camera blurry now? Hmm, I don't know. Oh, and it done got worse. It has gotten worse. But anyway, ruminating is something that I did a lot of. And I had to say to myself that I had to stop doing that. So what I did, and it worked for me, but I had to do it often in like the first 3 weeks. I had to do this often until it became automatic. It looks like you in a microwave, girl. Girl, I know it is out of focus and I can't get it straight. I don't know why. I don't know why it's like that. That's crazy. Let me see. It won't refocus either. Mm. It seems like it's clear now, right? Yeah. Let's see if I can put it back up here. And it's that. Nope. Look at that. Yeah. All right. I don't know. And now I look like I'm just a dot. I don't know. But anyway. Okay, so ruminating is what I did. And what I did to help me with ruminate so that I don't ruminate so much and think about the things that he's done to me and how bad he's hurt me and what he's doing, where he's going, um, how the things I did to myself and I allow him to do. What I would do when those thoughts came up, I would immediately recognize that, yes, they're there, and I would acknowledge this myself out in the open. I'm trying to fix my hair because it look like it's, uh, but I would immediately acknowledge that that thought is there, that memory is coming back, and I would thank it for coming. But then I would say something like, "Thank you for coming, but I am releasing you back to God or back to the universe so that I am able to heal." And then I would immediately turn my thoughts to myself because I'm healing. I'm going through this healing. Girl, you are doing good. Okay. Yes, you acknowledge that that thought was there, but you are not going to think about this anymore. You are going to, and I would turn it to something that would make me happy. I would do something that made me happy. I would say something to make me happy or encourage me to do so, to be happy, because I'm on my journey. I'm healing. I'm going to heal. I'm moving towards healing. So I will always be aware of my thoughts. That's another thing. Got to be aware of your thoughts because if not, you are going to be so freaking sad thinking on your healing journey, thinking about what this person did. No ruminating. Help it. Stop your ruminating. You can do that. And stop excessively, repetitively thinking about the same events over and over again. There's nothing you can do about it now. It's happen, move forward so that you can help you, right? You are your savior, so you have to save yourself. Now, reflecting is something different. Reflecting is a good thing. And I did a lot of that on my healing journey. I had to because I needed to understand so that it does not happen again. So, reflecting is a cycle of thinking that is analytical and problem solving. See? Ruminating is different. Ruminating is you're thinking about this same event over and over and over again, and it's counterproductive to your healing process, right? But reflecting, you're actually thinking about how this happened, why this happened, and what could you do moving forward so that this does not happen again. Okay? That is reflecting is a wonderful thing, and I did a lot of that. I did a lot of introspection, going inward, and that helped a lot. Okay. Rumination is destructive. Like I was saying, it's destructive, it's counterproductive because the focus becomes um, obsessing over mistakes and beating yourself up. So it's counterproductive and it's not healthy for you, right? um, Reflection is constructive uh, thoughts, focus on mistakes, triumphs, and errors of improvement. Okay. This is reflection, and there's nothing wrong with that. That is a beautiful thing to do. I don't know why this camera is like this, but that is all that I am going to do as far as number one is concerned, which is accepting, which is very important for us to accept what is happening to us, what is being shown to us as it comes up. That is going to be the first step on your healing journey is accepting the truth as it comes to you. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here because this blurry thing is starting to make me dizzy. I love y'all, those that came. I really appreciate you all. And I'm gonna do the second step maybe tomorrow or the next day. Until next time, I'm going to sign out, sending you lots of positive love and light. Until next time, bye.